Monday, May 12th, guys. Hope you guys had a great weekend. We got 3 lessons with Grant Cardone. We've got, what do I got in the queue here? We got budget constraints, more pressing problems, and able to carry on without.
Budget constraints. How many times have you heard this one? We don't have the money. We don't have the budget. We're out of budget for the quarter. See me, 2 quarters from now. Look, budgets. What do they even mean? What does a budget even mean? The U.S. government doesn't know what a budget is. Your family probably doesn't know what a budget is. And every company that I have ever met with that said they didn't have the budget, when the problem is big enough, they will find the money. Budget constraints means you have not done a good enough job of finding out the real problem in this company. Because trust me, while that company has a budget constraint, they're spending money on something every day: electricity, water, gas, utilities, employees, taxes, legal, the list goes on and on and on, right? Budget constraints will always, always mean you haven't done a good enough job of finding out the real problem. Maybe you presented the product, maybe the price is right, they like you, they like your company, your reputation's great, but you have not figured out one thing: the real problem. Find that out, and the budget constraint will disappear.
Yeah, I know my budget constraints go away when it's time to buy a new iPhone. I don't give a fuck. I just throw money at them, So
More pressing problem. Your client has more pressing problems than the problems you can solve right now, and you don't know what they are. So you're sitting in the bleachers, you're a spectator, and you might not even be in the stadium right now. They got problems in their face so big, they can't even look at you. Yes, they were interested. Yes, they hit your website. Yes, they called you. Yes, they spent time investigating. Hell, they spent 3 hours with you on 2 different occasions. They got problems right now. They just don't allow you to get in front of them. Again, follow up. That's why it's so important to keep your pipeline full. 5 to 12 responses, 5 to 12 follow-ups before you're going to close 80% of your clients. Just hang in there. The problems will be relieved. You'll be the last man or woman standing because you're a pro committed to follow-up. It's a pressing problem. A lower price won't help, and a better product will not solve the problem. Their problems are so big right now. Once those are relieved, maybe a new problem pops up that you can solve. You be there when that happens. You'll make that sale.
I was like, what the fuck? Who the hell has music playing?
Look, they're able to carry on without your solution. They have decided they don't need to do this right now. Why? Because they're making money right now. They're getting by right now. They don't need to do this thing, whatever it is you're selling, CRM, social media. My body's getting on. I don't need to do the chiropractor thing. I'm fine. I don't need to go to the gym right now. I don't need to start the diet. Your product, your service, yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's probably worth it. Yeah, I should do it, but I'm able to carry on without it. Until you're able to get this client in a position where they're like, I can no longer live without your product. That is establishing what the real problem is, the sore, the problem, the pain, that pivotal thing that'll be like, I have to do something now. You got to find that out, okay? Until you do, okay? Until you find out what's that thing that says, I cannot carry on without this, you're not going to make this sale. That's going to take time. You got to keep being there. It'll happen again. They showed interest once, 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 9 months ago. They showed interest. They had a problem. They had a moment where they're like, I need this right now. And then that went away. You got to be there when they're ready to say, okay, I can't go without this product or this service any longer. You'll be there to make it. You'll be there when they're ready to no longer carry on without your product.
Bam. Shit, I think we do a pretty good job with our marketing, right? We're like constantly in everybody's face, getting out there, and then just Mike closing them. So like they always got that like little feeling, that tingling feeling, like, man, I need this. Man, how could this help my business? I know this could help, man. Like, so I think SBG does a pretty good job of getting that message out there constantly. So you just gotta figure out how to get yours out there always, because if you ain't, somebody else is, right, guys?
Yeah, I mean we're in their face, and the hardest thing, I mean, the hardest thing for us, or the biggest challenge, I guess, is to get people. They know what they need. They know they need the estimator. They know they need the support. Um, and just trying to trying to get them to make the plunge, take the plunge or whatever. It's kind of tough because yeah, it's a lot of money, but it's less than what they would be paying for an actual estimator, and they don't have to train them. It's pretty autonomous as long as we get synced up with them on their rates. Like the people that get it. The people that don't are, that's what we talked about this weekend, right, Mike? Is like
Yeah.
finding those guys that get it and know how it goes. It's night and day when you deal with like someone who understands the game of estimating and understands the daunting task of bidding work constantly. And then the guys that expect to just be handed work right away. And it's like, well, okay, yeah, we do have that possibility, but also like they need to be proving themselves to us that they can handle this shit because, you know, jumping in bed with someone too soon can cause a lot of problems for us. And we don't have a huge team to, we don't have a bunch of support to really micromanage a lot of these jobs. We need certain level of capability from the guys who we're awarding work to,
Mm. Yeah. Nice. How's it going on projects? Do we got any like nice projects coming up or
that are starting.
fine? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Tracy PED Bridges is pretty close to starting, and Calabasas bridge removal project is has 75% plans under review by NGO and the water district, whatever, Santa Clara Water. So those will kick off, I would say, in the next month or two. Those are pretty nice. Jared's got, as always, is just like encumbered by a massive amount of projects to bid. So there's no shortage of work happening. It really is like, I mean, I know how this works. Like there's guys out there getting work that aren't the lowest price. It's not always about the bottom line because people like to use people they're familiar with. They know what they're getting. It's like when you're shopping for a product, you're like, oh, I like that kind of strawberries, and you go back to the same one. And it's not a great example, but you tend to revert back to what's comfortable because it's a known entity, it's a known quantity. So that's where we want to establish with how we want to do, like, get to with some of these people that have the work is have them go, yep, I just want South Bay grading to do it. And, if we are within 10%, I think that we can still land a lot of this work and not be the lowest price. I know that that's possible.
Yeah. Damn. That's crazy that you say that. It's not always about price because I thought I was under the assumption that you got to be the lowest one. You know.
Well, with public works jobs, yes, they just take the lowest price, and that it really, like, the public works game is fucked because they're taking low numbers with very little vetting process up front because that's the way that the public contract code is like written.
Mm.
So it's like, yep, take low number and move forward, and it just kind of, I mean, that's why on those jobs they just hold you to the specs and the drawings like it's gospel because that they have to.
Yeah.
um with private jobs and commercial jobs, more so kind of private. Commercial, you have the commercial entity up above acting almost like a public works agency. Like in this case, Walmart acts, their rules are almost, they're different but the same kind of thing as like the county of San Mateo or whatever it would be. So they've got all their little things they do with, I mean, it'd be badass if we had a bunch of like winery grading jobs. Like think about the owners who, like, or like equestrians, people that own horses, people that have money that want to spend it. They're trying to like deploy their capital rather than you know, paying taxes and write things off or whatever. Those kind of people are the people that just, and they don't want to deal with all the bullshit. They want something done and they just want to just have it handled. And that's like, I'm talking dream scenario here, you know?
Mm.
So those kind of scenarios is like what we long term and kind of like where I want to angle towards. I don't really know how to break into that market, but every time I see a winery job, I kind of get excited about it. So yeah.
Nice. Nice. Anybody else have anything to share or wins?
No,
No?
unfortunately.
You got some coming, Mike. No worries, man. Shit. All right, guys.
All right, guys. Yeah.
All
Well,
right,
see
take it
you-
easy, guys. Jared, I'll see you in a little bit.
See ya too, Mike.
All right,
Yes, sir.
later.